Catus, Maximus here. Just a quick talk about this master mechanic / pratt-read American-made screw starter. How's that true value? Need to grab a scratch awl or an awl, and I did indeed end up getting one. But I first went in there, grabbed what I thought was an awl, didn't even take a look at the words on the package. When I got home, I thought, well, that's a strange-looking pawl. It's all corrugated. It's actually a screw starter, which is just such an odd tool. It seems not particularly useful because of I believe the idea of this tool is to simply press into a piece of wood and screw it in so that you can kind of get a hole started, so that it's easier to maybe put in screws like, I would say, these, because a wood screw tends to already have a pretty darn sharp point, much sharper than you have on this. And that's the gist of this tool. Is it's really, in my opinion, wasted effort, because you're just going to use a drill and drill a pilot hole, or just a shallow little hole just to get the screw started. And things like sheet metal or anything else like that, those screws tend to have pretty sharp points. And if you're using a blunt tip screw, this thing you're going to have to, this thing you're going to have to thread all the way down just to be able to get the blunt tip screw through there. So I thought it's a real wasted effort, because you're actually taking this, pressing it in, screwdrivering it in, screwdrivering it out, and then actually putting in the fastener you want. And so it's just, nobody's going to put in that extra effort. There may be some real specific situations. Maybe I thought it would be good for helping enlarge some holes. Maybe you have a hole in sheet metal and you just wanted to make it a little bit larger for the next size screw, say a smaller screw stripped out. And I thought, well, this might be good for that type of situation. There we go, found something that's probably the best thing. So I thought the best use for this would be a situation where you may just want to enlarge a hole in sheet metal that you're going to be threading a screw into. So you might use it for something like this. Get that hole a little bit larger, and it kind of pre-starts a thread form in it. And then now you would be able to put a larger screw in there. When you're fixing appliances, that would probably be, or anything that has sheet metal construction, you're going to, these screws only ever end up going in and out so many times before the sheet metal just strips out. So you're oftentimes having to put in larger screws, like exactly this situation where this one strips out. You're trying to put in this one, but it's just so much more diameter that you're really trying to wrench on it. So you could use this to pre-expand the hole a little bit. Anyway, thought it was a pretty odd tool that really wouldn't be used very often, but maybe in some certain specific sheet metal situations. And just was a little puzzled by it. But do you think it's neat? And glad to add it to the collection. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Until next time, Catus, Maximus out. Oh, and I had this piece of cardboard here because I was going to attempt to use this in the piece of cardboard, but this thing is so blunt that you can't even actually get it started on cardboard, which also means it'd be very difficult to use on hardwoods. Anyway, see you next video.